So, I apologize for the late upload, but Raptors lose 95-94 to the Boston Celtics. The Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving-less Boston Celtics. And we still lose. A healthy Raptors team loses. Are you kidding me? Now I look at this game, and the Raptors had a 5-point lead at halftime. They were playing very well defensively. You know, it was a really tight game on both sides. You know, no team really got the offense running until the Boston Celtics in that third quarter with 33 points. But the Raptors, they had 24 and 25 in the first and second quarter. Boston had 24 and 20. The Raptors were doing a great job defensively, and also they weren't knocking their shots down. Then they have that big third quarter, but the Raptors only scored 27. And then the fourth quarter, nobody can shoot the darn ball, 18 apiece. But a big reason is that the Raptors could not grab a defensive rebound. I mean, it just looked like it was constant. You look at the numbers here. I mean, the Raptors had 6 offensive boards to the Celtics 15. That gives them second chance points. And a team as good as Boston, even though they don't have Gordon Hayward or Kyrie Irving, you give that many second chance points to teams, to any team, they will make you pay. The Raptors also had 17 turnovers in this game. Now I understand. They shot 87% from the line, 42% from 3, and 46% from the field. Not all that bad. All those numbers better than the Boston Celtics. However, you let Boston shoot 87 field goals where you only had 69 field goals. Also, like I said, you gotta crash the glass and grab the rebound. JV only played 18 minutes in this game, had 6 points, 3 boards. It was 3 of 4 shooting. Not sure what was going on there, why he didn't play him more, because he was working it. Again, 3 of 4, and he had 3 rebounds as well. You know, Kyle Lowry, 19.7 assists, only 1 rebound from a guy who you've seen a lot of rebounds from lately. But DeMar DeRozan, 24 points on 8 of 22 shooting, 36%. And when the game mattered, at the end, DeMar could not knock down that shot to win the game. And it's just frustrating. Not just losing, but knowing they didn't have Kyrie, Gordon Hayward. You know, it just kills me. But that's Raptor basketball, it feels like. That's Toronto sports as a whole. Connor McDavid and Draisaitl might not play against the Leafs. They don't play. Leafs still lose. They both play. Leafs win. Kind of the same here. You know, what we saw it earlier in the season. I forgot who we played, and it was brutal. You know, they don't have their big guns, one of their big guns and their main big gun, and yet we still lose. And you saw it today. They couldn't really get the offense humming at all, right? And they only, you know, the Raptors only had, what was it? They had 18 assists, but Boston had 24. That's called good ball movement. They were moving the ball very well. Raptors, not as much. And, you know, percentages are nice and all. But when you're getting an opportunity, like, I mean, a big reason why they took more shots, they were crashing the glass and getting the rebounds. They were also plus 10 on the glass overall, you know. And the Raptors, after we thought we saw some momentum from this team, and we thought we saw some good things coming out of it, they throw one of these at us. A game where we think early on, we're like, all right, the team's playing well defensively, just got to get the offense going. Really didn't have any big quarter. The most you scored was 27. You scored 94 as a whole. Now, I understand Boston has been a very good defensive team this year, but again, they didn't have Kyrie in this game. You only give up 95, that's great, but they didn't have Kyrie. Imagine it having that guy, you know, in the lineup. It just makes it that much more difficult. You know, their starting lineup of Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Aaron Baines, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart did a great job. I think he was in the absence of Kyrie. He had 14 points, 5 boards, 9 assists. He only shot 3 of 10, but he had 9 assists for him himself. He had a great game, and he made the Raptors pay, you know, and there were opportunities that the Raptors got, like late in that game, you know, where I think it was Van Vliet got the foul, right? And it was Raptor ball. And DeMar couldn't knock, or no, I'm sorry. The Raptors got the ball late, and they couldn't close the game out. That's it. Your big gun, DeMar DeRozan, couldn't get it done in this game. 24 points is nice. You knocked down 8 of 22 shooting. Or excuse me, was it 8 of 22 or 8 of something worse? You know, he didn't shoot the ball well. And C.J. Miles had 10 on 4 of 8 shooting. He was 2 of 5 from 3. He was all right. Good to see him knock down some threes. But DeMar was 8 of 22 for 36%. And he was 1 of 4 from 3. You know, it just doesn't make much sense to me. You know, how guys like Serge Ibaka, who in the previous game had a ton of shots and was playing really well, he only had 4 shots in this game. He was 3 of 4 and knocked down the only 3 he took. He did play 30 minutes, not an excuse there, but a big loss, losing Norman Powell early. You saw him go down, and you saw him, you know, obviously he didn't come back, so that the injury was significant enough. And I'm hoping that it's just not a bad hip injury. It's just like an easy thing. It's just something he can regroup from and play in the next game. But it was a tough loss in this game. You know, him coming out and missing both field goals and then going down with injury. He had a rebound, an assist, and a steal in that limited 7 minutes. But like I said, overall, and OG got significant time. He played 22 minutes, 2 of 3 shooting, and missed his only 3. But he was 3 of 4 from the free throw line as well. Siakam did great. Nagara didn't knock down a shot. DeLon Wright, Van Vliet. We know what we're going to see from the bench. They did their thing, but they couldn't come up late, and that's all she wrote. It sucked. It just fires you in the gut when you know you're that close to beating a short-handed team, and you just can't do it, especially when it's a team in the division. And you could have won 3 in a row. That could have been your 3rd straight win, but instead you take the loss. You lose that game, and now you got to go play the Houston Rockets. They're 11-3 on the season. You know what I mean? You go into this, you win 3 in a row. Now you got to go play Houston. You lose. Oh, well, you've won 3 of 4. Now get back on the high horse. But now you've won 2. Great. Now you lose 1, and now you got to play a ridiculously good team. It's not what the Raptors had marked up. You know, and then they go back-to-back. They got to face New Orleans again, and that was a grind of a game last time he faced them. It's not easy. And the Raptors got to close out games when they're that close, and they just didn't today. Like I said, I apologize for the late upload, but we're getting it out to you guys. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, alright? So that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video, and you guys were frustrated today, because I know I was, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below, what did you guys think of the game? How do you think the Raptors played? What was the biggest factor ending up in this loss? What was the big benefact? You know, what happened to make the Raptors lose in this game? Was it a collective of a few things? Was it one major thing? Let me know. All right, and we'll talk to you guys. It'll be a little Thursday Leafs edition as they're facing New Jersey at home. They look to keep rolling. They're having some time off right now, and we'll talk to you guys Raptors edition. Not tomorrow, but we'll talk to you guys Tuesday. 8 o'clock tip-off, Raptors, Houston Rockets. They look to get a win after this tough loss today. Excuse me. And then, like I said, Wednesday, they play New Orleans. In New Orleans, that's an 8 o'clock tip-off as well. So, if the Raptors, let's just quickly get this through everybody's head here. Injuries-wise, Chris Paul is hurt for the Houston Rockets. Is there any information about him coming back? No, I don't see anything. So, that's a great player injured. What's going to happen? I want to hear you guys' prediction about that game, all right? So, we'll talk to you guys then, hoping that the Raptors can get a win and get off this schneid, this rough game today against the division-leading Boston Celtics. Talk to you guys then.